Oh, are you all right? How's the cock?
It's still bad, but I'm sick of talking about it. It's doing my head in.
I was just saying yesterday that it felt like it's been ages since we actually spoke.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wonder how size cock's doing. I thought,
does that normally crop up, or is it just recently?
Within the last, since you started the podcast.
Yeah. Wonder not how I'm doing, how my cock's doing.
Yeah. Now talk about your cock. How are you? How are you in yourself?
Sick of my cock. Oh dear. So I've got an appointment on the 22nd of February to have a scan to see if they can then take the stent out.
And that's in Huddersfield.
Halifax. For some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything because I got admitted up there. Everything that's being done is up there, so I've got to travel up there to get it.
You've got to go all the way up there to get them to look down there.
Up there to go down there, and in there,
and in up and in,
yeah, which is nice. I didn't see that you sent me that video about the butthole thing.
That guy's really good. I think it's more like, I don't know if I would normally send you that sort of thing, but since you've been sort of writing so many jingles and songs, that guy's like fucking.
I got halfway through and I thought, I wish I'd written this.
Yeah, he's really good. I follow him now on Instagram, and all of his songs are always are good.
Yeah, I like that. I thought when I sent you that thing, I thought, what's that he sent me? And I just clicked and I've watched it 3 times already since then.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So,
You've seen my new. This is what I'm on at the minute.
Oh, what you on with?
Hey, what? What? What do you mean? Because I lost my other vape in the desert. That's never fucking coming back. That
someone's gonna dig that up in about 1,000 years and think that's what people used to look like.
It is some kind of robotic penis.
It's the replacement Simon should have got.
But when we were out there, because I lost it, I ended up borrowing my brother-in-law's. He had like a little like Voom one, and it had nicotine in it, but it was like an iced grape, and it was just like a really slim line. And I got really used to it. I thought, actually, not only am I starting to prefer this, it's bloody nice just having that to carry around and not having this big bulbous robo dick sticking out.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is all right, but you know what it's like when you're just enjoying something and then you go to somewhere else and you think, oh, where's that? I want that. Bosh! Where's that Bosh?
I need something to bring me the Bosh, please. Thank you very much.
Have you got any Bosh?
Have you got any Bosh without nicotine in it? You know, one of them nicotine-free Boshes. Have you got one of them?
half a bag of Bosh, and then I'll have a Bosch device and a Bosch power drill.
Oh dear.
So we were going to. Are we going to do an intro now, or should we just?
Do an intro now. May as well.
Okay.
Can you hear the dog bark in the back?
Yeah.
Charlotte's just walked through the door.
I think the door's open. Your door's open behind you.
Yeah. You all right? Yeah.
You should have gone, Charlotte. You said she just walked in.
Yeah.
You've gone, Charlotte. Yeah. Fuck off. Then close it.
I thought you were going to go, Charlotte. Have we got the pirate memory games?
Pirate memory games?
No, I'm afraid there isn't one made.
Margaret, what? Can you get them? No. Why not? I haven't got any arms or legs. Hello, everyone. Oh, no, that was more powerful than I intended.
that was Bosch.
That was a Bosch too, wasn't it? Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Is this just it for an hour? Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Simon and Ross podcast.
I like that.
Joined, as always, by my esteemed friend and colleague, Mr. Simon Parker.
Across the Pennines. Hello.
I lost your audio for a second there. I think you tried to go too deep.
Oh. From across the Pennines.
Can you remove the microphone from your gullet, sir?
I'm afraid it's lodged in there. Is that good? Does that sound good to you?
It feels good.
It feels very weird being this close to a muff. That's more like it. So, what? This is a special one-off episode, isn't it, Ross?
Yeah, I guess it is. It's a bit of it's an episode that we decided needed to be done between guests.
Yes.
And we have got there's a specific thing that I wanted to talk about on this one, and I wanted to do it before we forgot and had to go and watch it again. But due to me going away on holiday, I have avoided, like the plague, anything about Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep.
Because we wanted to isolate to avoid getting COVID before we actually flew. Hiya.
Bit the end of your sausage.
Oh, she's bitten the end of my sausage off.
Who has?
Charlotte has. Do you know?
Cheeky devil.
I've got enough problems with my sausage, let alone her biting the end off.
Look at that. That's been disarmed, hasn't it?
That's been boshed off.
Someone's finished that saucy off. So obviously it came out like a few days before Christmas, right? I think it came out like maybe the 18th, maybe
17th, 18th, something like that.
Yeah. So it's been it's been like over a month.
Yeah,
it's been out that I've avoided it, and I had an so.
Sausage.
Oh,
did she just spit the other part of that sausage at you?
Yes, she came and said, "No, it's disgusting, that sausage," and spat it back on the plate. We got a sausage thief knocking about. Button's gone and hid under my desk to try and get my sausage.
There's Button got on the other end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlotte and Button just chomping at each side of the sausage.
It's like a sexier 101 Dalmatian. No,
Lady
sexier Lady in the Tramp. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, you managed to avoid. Did you manage to avoid all spoilers?
Pretty much, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I think I avoided it all really well because I already had an inkling about the type of film it was going to be.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really down to any spoilers or what. That was like pre-release type stuff.
Right.
Because I think everyone knew that it was going to involve sort of parallel. It was going to involve the multiverse.
Yeah, definitely.
So
anyway, well, more on that after this. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, and enjoy.
Please, if you see the other part of my sausage, please leave it alone. So yeah, so you had an inkling that it would involve other multi-universes.
You know, so this is the thing. I knew that it involved the multiverse.
Yeah.
I didn't know just how committed they were to that idea.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't know if it was like it was a bit of a mashup of different films, different villains.
Yeah.
Villains that haven't already been in Spider-Man films.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how pleasantly surprised I was when I saw just how much they'd gone for it.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you've ever seen a Spider-Man film, if you're ever gonna see a Spider-Man film, make it this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck me, it was absolutely incredible, and it was a free night out for us as well. We've upgraded now, Simon. The closest cinema to us is the Odeon Lux.
Right.
And if two people go and we get our usual order, which is I like my popcorn, she likes the cheesy nachos. We share a Diet Coke.
Okay.
It's 50 quid that.
Yeah.
That's a 50 quid do. What the hell? Is she still after the other end of that sausage?
Come on. Oh, but the sausage. Come on.
No, she's stuck on my wires. She's stuck on my wires. Right, go on. Go on. Get out. You're not having my sausage.
Come on. Oh, but I want it.
Oh, there is. Whoa.
I smell fucking sausage. Have you got fucking sausage, Dad? Dad, can I have your fucking sausage?
Oh, what lovely fucking meat. The juices.
So it's like so anyways, like we actually asked for an Odeon voucher for Christmas off my sister.
Right, okay.
And I had no idea how much is on there, so we ordered everything. I went to scan the voucher and it was like all done. Spat the receipt out. I was like, sweet. Free night. So yeah, we watched it. Fucking whoo.
Yeah.
Where to start with it?
Well, I'll sort of start at the beginning because I saw it, I think the day after Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And we were late, as we've already discussed on this. And I thought, I thought we only missed a couple of minutes. And I went to see it again with Emily this Monday. And I must have missed about 15 minutes.
How do you guys do it? Because the thing is, they'll tell you the time, yeah?
Yeah.
That's still half an hour before it starts.
Yeah, I know. The other day, me and Em were 40 minutes early. So, there's one person that maybe made us later.
That's terribly late. I wouldn't bother.
No, I had to. And there is always the chance the trailers are on for a bit longer, but
I get too anxious, man. I'm there like I need to see the trailers. Like,
yeah, I know. But anyway, so I missed the bit where it shows again, him being unmasked essentially, and then grabbing MJ and taking her all under the sewers and everything like that. I missed all of that. But it's great start.
I guess I kind of didn't fully understand why people turned on Spider-Man. I mean, I know that it was a setup from Matey Boy, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mephisto? No.
Osmos? Mysterio?
Mysterio, that's it. Got all the facts.
It was, and then he basically, but yeah, it's like he convinced everybody that Spider-Man was in the wrong. And
controlling all the drones and causing all the problems. So yeah, he basically blamed everything on Spider-Man.
Which is such a textbook villain.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, well, hang on a minute. I'd be like, okay, well, Spider-Man, we know Spider-Man's sound as fuck. Like, he's done nothing but good. Yeah, this knobhead comes along. What's he called? Cosmos. He comes along with his bloody dodgy suit. All this shit starts happening, and you're going to try and blame Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Son! That's just not flying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that.
That was a bit like, I just didn't really understand why everyone, and then obviously you've got J. Jonah Jameson, who's just a perpetual dickhead. The thing is, he never even gets punished, does he? He never like, was he even in it? Oh yeah, he was in it, wasn't he? I know he was like was he actually ever not just on a news report?
I think
he was.
Yeah, he was. When they go back to Happy's flat and they're trying to repair all the villains, he stood outside and he goes, "I got you now, boy. I got you now, boy." Yeah, I'm not sure that's exactly what he said, but you get the gist.
So I think the easiest thing to do here.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just talk about a little bit about the end, and then we can do everything in between, because that's where the meat is.
What meat?
Spider meat, bat meat, super meat.
Thor meat, Hulk meat. What meat?
Spider meat, bat meat, super meat, barbecued tuna steak.
What meat?
Thor meat, Hulk
Super
meat.
meat,
What
bat
meat?
meat,
What meat?
bat
What
meat,
meat?
bat
What
meat,
meat?
what meat,
What meat?
Spider meat, 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 spell whiffer. Because
What was it I couldn't say the other day? What was it?
Beef. I didn't even know that was a word you could struggle with. 4 letters.
2 of them are the same as well.
Yeah, beef. Let me try that again. Yeah, he still fucked it up. But so just a quick bit about the end before we jump into the middle.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it out there now, right? Oh fucking good God. You did now be honest. You could do a lot without biting down, couldn't you?
Yeah. Did you like the way the sausage just appeared from nowhere?
I always do. For those watching, Simon is. I think the only suitable adjective here is blowing. A sausage. It looks like a chippy sausage as well.
It is a chippy sausage.
It's a chippy tea, is it?
Yeah, chippy tea. Yeah.
Chippy tea on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell, it's all going mental in the Parker household. Do you often have chippy tea on a Wednesday?
No. I got in about 10 minutes before we started this. Charlotte has obviously just got back, so
fair enough.
Yeah.
So my theory, and we'll I'm going to leave it there and we'll come back to it.
Okay.
In a roundabout way. My theory is that the entire J. Jonah Jameson is 100% right. The entire every single thing that happens in that film is completely Spider-Man's fault. And the film only exists because he's a little fucking pillock. And it's the only film in the MCU where I can say that. And it's also the only Spider-Man film where I can say that. Right. So we'll leave that there, Simon. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
So let's just dog shit. Let's go back. How long is that sausage? You've got about 8 bites.
Oh. And Charlotte and the dog have had a bite as well.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Like it barely made it to your office, and it's still like there was a bit of girth there.
Yeah, there was a lot of girth.
Yeah.
Very dry.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's been in your ass, don't it?
It was someone's.
So what did you think of the here's something funny. But my opinions of the 2 previous Spider-Man was reaffirmed. In the sense that Toby McGuire is a boring fucker and Andrew Garfield is a silly fucker.
yeah, I'll give you that.
Because like Toby McGuire is just. I was talking to my grandma about this, because she was asking, she's like, "Oh, do you see the new Spider-Man?" Because she hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
Because what was it like? I said it was ace. And I told her about the fact that they bring Toby McGuire back, and she, "Oh, I love Toby. I've always loved Toby McGuire." And I said, "I think he's a boring bastard." And she, "Oh dear, no, he's very good. He's been in other things, not just Spider-Man." I said, "Yeah, and he was boring as fucking everything else as well." He just is, and it is. It's like it's almost like the director of this has gone. Ross's opinion on you, yeah. Times it by 10. He's literally
this is Ross. He thinks you're boring. This is you. You need to get more boring to be there. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
So he's right. Okay.
Like You know you're boring, don't you? Yeah, well, be more boring.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I need you to be even more boring than you are.
He just has that weird sort of you're showing your lips, and he just any time he just stands there looking from person to person.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is when obviously if we should say if nobody's watched this, you're probably best not listening. But the second time watching it, when what happens, and they start to try and find Peter, and it's Andrew Garfield first, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it comes on, and you go, and I thought, well, I'm going to say Aunt May's died. That must be almost the end of the film, even the second time that I was watching it. And then I thought, oh no, shit, Spider-Man haven't come in yet. It's like, shit, got ages to go yet. And when Andrew Garfield comes through, he's like, yeah, whoo, I'm Spider-Man, poo, pow, poo, poo, poo. I've got a big quiffy hair like Ross has now, yeah. And then
he's got way bigger quiffage than me.
He has, but you could do it. And then you're like, oh, brilliant, he's in. You go, oh, right, they get another one. Oh, this is where Toby McGuire comes in. And he just stands there and just goes like
that. Yeah. Yeah.
For about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you just go, just say something. Just say something. Why you
anything.
And even
they didn't need to pay him. They could have just got a cardboard cutout.
that licks his lips occasionally. But no, it's just...
I'd have stood behind a cardboard cutout of Toby McGuire and stuck my tongue through the hole. That'd have been just as good.
For a tenth of the pay that they probably paid him. Yeah.
It'd have been just as good.
And I think, and near the end when he steps in, when the Green Goblin is about to kill Spider-Man, to kill the new one. What's his name?
The new one.
The little Spider-Man.
Oh dear, Simon.
The big one.
Jimmy Netherlands.
That's the one, Jimmy Netherlands. When he's about to attack Jimmy Netherlands, and he stops him like that, doesn't he?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, yeah, that's it. And he stops it like that, and you think, God, just say something like good, anything good, and he just stands there like that. And you think, oh, just say something, and he doesn't.
No, because he can't. Because he's a very boring man. For me, it completely confirmed for me that Jimmy Netherland is the best Spider-Man by a long shot. Because let's look at the other two, right? I don't need to speak, right? I'm not going to say a word, and you'll know exactly.
Okay.
There's two very distinct expressions to take. For the first one, covered it off already. Second one, yeah. Proper fucking mouth breather. I don't remember Andrew Garfield being that idiotic. It's almost like the multiverse has produced a pothead Spider-Man.
Yeah, maybe.
Where it's like he's pure comic relief. He's like everything he says is. I just don't remember him being that daft as a Spider-Man.
Well, the thing is, one of the reasons why I went to see it again last week is I thought to myself, right, I'm watching all of the other ones again before I watch this one again. If that makes sense. So after seeing this just after Christmas, I've watched Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Right.
And I went back and I watched the last series of Daredevil as well. Just before I knew I had to before all of that. And I quite liked Andrew Garfield in his. Yeah. I thought his films are actually very good. And it's sort of a shame they didn't get to do a third one, which maybe is in the works. I don't know, but
no, Tom Holland's definitely staying on.
He is, but obviously now you've got branches off. He could technically do one because you've got the Venom strain of Sony ones, haven't you now?
Yeah, but Venom's going into Tom Holland's world.
No, he's not. He came back out again at the end, didn't he? You missed the last bit again, didn't you?
No, I did not. In fact, the credits started rolling. Fatima started gathering herself, and she stood up, and I looked
Sit
at her.
down.
I said, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And she went, "What?" And I went, "Are you forgetting something?" She went, "What?" And then she looked at the credits, and she went, "Oh yeah, shit," and sat back down. A lot of people had already got up and left.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, I said, "These people here, see these people that left, they're in the know." Yeah. The rest of them got a fucking clue.
Yeah.
And you were nearly in with them.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
She'd have been stood outside 20 minutes waiting for you, wouldn't she?
You're not going to stick around for that last bit. There was no point in going to begin with.
Yeah.
Famous for it.
You may as well have not watched the last 2.5 hours.
Yeah, well, yeah, you might as well just be like, I'll tell you what, I can't be asked just seeing how this film ends. How long's left on it? It's the final 15 minutes. It's fucking kicking off. Yeah, tell me what happened. I'll sit in the car. What happened to the Green Goblin, eh? What happened then? It's just the same as that. But
yeah.
Okay, so Tom Hardy was in. So he got. I'm just trying to think. He gets pulled in to that universe.
He does, yeah.
At the end of the second Venom.
Yes.
So at the end of the second Venom is when Doctor Strange's spell goes wrong.
Yes.
In that timeline. So Doctor Strange is doing his thing. That goes tits up. Yeah. And then they correct it and bang, he gets sucked off again.
He does, lucky boy.
So yeah, I guess maybe you're right. He's not in that timeline, is he?
No, but Venom is.
Oh yeah, a little spermicidium got left behind.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, just a little jism globulette got left behind.
The tiniest of faps.
Yeah, yeah, more of a suggestion than it's just a little bit of isn't it?
Yeah, vinegar stroke.
Yeah. Seemingly harmless, but you've still got to watch out.
Oh yeah, potentially the most dangerous bit.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 Venoms, but I think, I don't know. I can't really envision. He's not in it, is he? I can't really see multiple Spider-Man in films coming out with.
Could you say that again, please, Ross? That didn't quite make sense.
It was a jism globulette.
No, not that.
Yeah, I can't really imagine lots of Spider-Man in films. Lots of different Spider-Mans, all with different villains, and they're not going to do that. They're never going to do that.
I think they are.
Well, how it wouldn't work is like, we're going to go and see. I just can't see how that would work.
Well, they've established them now, haven't they?
And if that's the case, can we all just bring back Tony Stark then?
Yeah. Hey, that's a way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah. So he actually didn't kill him. There is a version out there, because that's the whole point, right? Is there's basically an infinite number of versions of you.
Yeah.
So there is a version out there where Tony Stark's suit was built to withstand the impact of those of the Infinity Stones. So when he clicked his fingers, it didn't kill him.
Yeah. And also there'll be a Black Widow that didn't die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there'll be a Jeremy Renner who isn't a miserable cunt as well.
No, I don't think so.
There'll be a hawk that's actually worth a damn. Falcon, sorry. No. Falcon. It is Falcon.
Oh, fucking hell.
It is Falcon, isn't it? It's Falcon and Hawkeye. Yeah, Falcon. Yeah.
He's still not got it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's just flashbacks then. It's because it's how little that character means to me.
He can't even get his name right.
I'm not even going to try and remember his name properly.
I prefer it. I do wish they'd have called him Hawk now.
Yeah.
Hawk.
Hawk.
You know who we need for this situation, don't you? Not, yeah, Hawk.
You mean you want to? Should I call Falcon? I want to call Hawk. Whose number have you got? I got Falcons. I don't have Hawks. I am dialing. Anyway, we digress. So let's talk about the villains.
Oh yeah.
So was Jamie Foxx in the Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, he was in Amazing Spider-Man 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I'm not convinced I've seen that. Even when you said before, I watched The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, I thought, I can't even remember Andrew Garfield being in 2.
Yeah, in that one, you've got, you've got him and someone else. I can't remember.
Well, he was the only villain that got pulled through from Andrew Garfield's multiverse, wasn't it? In No Way Home.
No, the Lizard Man.
Was it?
Yeah.
What about Mr. Sandman? What's he called? Martin.
What? Martin.
What's he called? He's got a normal name, hasn't he? Bruce. Sandman.
He was in Spider-Man 3 with Toby McGuire.
Right.
Because he was the same villainy type person as Green Goblin's son.
Yes.
Because they eventually join together and try and destroy him.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just count down. We'll go 1, 2, 3, answer.
Yeah.
On who the best villain is in No Way Home. 3, 2, 1.
Doc Ock.
Green Goblin.
Goblin.
Did you say Dr. Cox?
Doctor. I think he's the best one until he's turned. It's potentially the most dangerous one for them.
He's a fucking badass. Where does he get his strength from? He absolutely kicks the living fuck out of Spider-Man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even remember him having that. Like, he's just a psycho. He's not like, he doesn't have super strength, does he?
No, but the arms do, I suppose.
The arms. Are you talking about Dr. Octopus here?
Oh yeah, who are we talking about now?
Green Goblin.
Oh right, okay.
Dr. Octopus doesn't kick the fuck out of Spider-Man.
It does on the bridge.
Not really. Yeah, a bit, but not as much as Green Goblin. Jesus Christ, Green Goblin absolutely beats the living fuck out of him. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
In that building when it all goes tits up.
Yeah.
Then he literally power bombs him. He just uses wrestling.
How thin are the floors in that apartment? Because they fall through about 7 in one go.
It's like a set of EastEnders, isn't it?
It
Cardboard sheets.
pushes him down once and they go through 7 floors. That's there's some building regulations not been adhered to there, because that's not safe.
The Green Goblin is just freakishly strong all of a sudden. Because I've always thought of the Green Goblin as a bit of a flimsy fucker. Yeah, he flies around on that gay little thing and he throws hand grenades and, that's him. But he's never been like, if it came down to it, take away his nades, take away his little flying thing.
Yeah.
He's going to get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, potentially.
But no, in this, like, Spider-Man can do nothing.
No.
To him. Fucking out.
No,
So
and he isn't that strong in the when he's in the first Spider-Man. He isn't that strong.
no,
No, so I don't know where that's come from.
but by God, he's a good villain.
He is. You like Willem Dafoe anyway. You got.
He's amazing.
You got a
Willem
little
Dafoe's-
chubby for him, haven't you?
You what?
You got a little chubby for him.
Yeah, I've always liked Willem Dafoe. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you said you got a bit chubby for him.
I got a bit chubby for you, Mr. Dafoe. Mr. Dafoe. Look, I got a bit chubby.
Willem, son, what have you done? I got a bit chubby for you. Why? I don't know.
Well, that's kind of cool, kid, but be careful. See you around, kid.
That's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Willem Dafoe. Okay.
It'd be like, I don't know why you did that, son.
That's not like it. That's what the hell did you do that for, son?
Get the fuck out of here.
No, that's Al Pacino.
That was a great Al Pacino impression.
Yeah,
I thought
it
it
was
was good.
good.
Al Pacino.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, no, that's not right, is it? Get the fuck out.
What's with the fucking hand going on?
Get the fuck out of here.
Are you trying to do Al Pacino?
I don't know. I think it was Doc Brown. I think
Get the fuck out of here!
Marty, get the fuck out of here, Marty. But no, you're right. It is weirdly strong in this one.
The moment when I really did get a chub on is when they've sort of cured the other three villains, and then the Green Goblin says his catchphrase, which is I fucking loved that. And I remember when I watched the cartoons, I don't know about you, I focus on certain things a lot, and like in intros to things, like when I really like something, I watch the intro every single time. Right. Focus on it, don't you? And you learn particular elements, and you learn like the boing in the "Who Are You" jingle. Who are you? Boing. You know that boing.
Yeah.
And you focus on it. I do that with lots and lots and lots of different things. And in the Spider-Man cartoon, the very last shot of, do you remember the intro to the Spider-Man cartoon?
Not really.
One of the very last shots before Venom did his and the camera pan down.
Right.
Was the Green Goblin's, I'm going to call it a sleigh.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Or a sledge for the English listeners.
Yeah. Sort of goes. So imagine like, yeah, this is a camera. It sort of goes like that. And then Venom, as that goes past and pans out, Venom goes, and that's how it used to end.
Right. Okay. Okay. It's like I'm there.
Telling you, cardboard cutout and me. And the Green Goblin used to always say, "Will the Spider-Man come out to play?"
Oh, right. Okay.
And he said it, and you know, like you have those moments where you want to jump out your seat in the cinema because you're buzzing.
You go, yes.
That was one of those moments for me. Okay,
Right,
I used to love it when he said that. And I used to say it a lot when I was like playing like figures, and when I was playing like Spider-Man and that as a kid with toys. I always used to go, "Spider-Man, come out to play." Used to fly down and fucking... So the fact that they used this as one of his original phrases,
yeah,
proper. It was worth getting chubby for.
I'm sorry, kid. There's a weight restriction on my sledge.
You want to tell me I got all chubby for you for nothing? So that was great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the tragedy. I didn't expect death.
No, but it was. Now it's happened. You think, oh, of course, it was always going to happen
Because it's the only
it's
the only universe that hasn't had one.
Yeah, because
Mary Jane in one. Is it Mary Jane in one?
Well, no, more that obviously in the other two, it was Uncle Ben who died, and there is no Uncle Ben in this one. So gradually, basically, she was both characters in one, I suppose.
Fit as well. I'd like to kiss her. I was thought Happy was like massively punching.
He knew it as well.
Yeah,
and so did she. But
what was the whole breakup thing? Didn't you say something about sexual boundaries or something?
I don't know.
You've seen it twice. I was hoping you'd be able to...
Yeah, but I missed that bit the first time.
Because the first time, well, I've watched, and I swear, like something was said about sex.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, Happy's sexual boundaries. Is he a deviant? Is he into some freaky shit?
Of course he is. Of course he is. If you were him and you were with her, you would be, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Define deviant.
That sausage that I had before?
Yes.
You saw what I was doing with it?
Yeah.
That, but up the anus.
Well, hang on. So, whose sausage up? You just saying you'd like to bum her? Because that's not that deviant. That's just anal.
I think should we just leave that?
Would you slake around the rim?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's deviant behaviour.
I'm in character as Happy, you know that, don't you?
No, I'm asking Simon. I'm asking Simon.
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Lying bastard.
Take what you can get.
Because didn't Mary Jane die in Andrew Garfield's one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was Gwen.
Yes.
Which does lead me onto a theory that I've got. I don't know where I'm going with it, but I've got it. Are you ready?
Yeah, hit me.
I don't think that this Spider-Man, as in Tom Holland or Jeffrey Netherlands or whatever you said he was, I don't think he is the right one. Is the right universe that we're used to. I think all of it's a different universe.
What do you mean, all of it?
I think he essentially Andrew Garfield could be the proper Spider-Man related to the comics, and I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is a different universe completely. So I think all of the Avengers, all of everything, is a different universe because MJ isn't called Mary Jane, is she? In this film?
No, there is no MJ.
Well, there is, yeah.
Yeah, she's not MJ. She's called? What's she called? Morris
Micklewhite.
Jeremy.
Morris Micklewhite.
You mean Tom Holland's missus?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the MJ character.
Yeah, but she's not Mary Jane though, is she?
No.
But
Tom Holland isn't. But by that, Tom Holland isn't Peter Parker. Peter Parker is a journalist, a reporter, a photographer for the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's a school kid.
Yeah.
So it's not a theory, it's widely known.
All right, okay.
Have you finished that sausage yet?
Yeah.
Or it's still hanging out of your ass? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Thanks, Ross. I thought I was being clever, but it don't matter. Don't matter. It just shoot me straight down, Ross. Why don't you?
Well, I guess what you're saying is the Spider-Man.
Bullshit.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the most disconnected from the comics. If you were to look at the MCU and you were to look at the Avengers, then they're probably truer to the comics than Spider-Man is. Yet it's part of the same. We are being fed this as the same universe. Tom Holland is in the Avengers. He is an Avenger. And that's part of that multiverse. Yeah. It's just not that particular element with Spider-Man isn't true to the comics. Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Okay. So.
But I think you're right in that the love interest is dead in one universe, Uncle Ben is dead in another. So Mary Jane was the only one. Sorry, Aunt May is the only one that hasn't died in any of the other versions. Yeah. So I'll tell you a villain who I would have liked to have seen, Rhino.
Well, he really is only in. He's only really in the last 5 minutes of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, he was more in the cartoons. He's always in the games. He's always in the cartoons. That's what you need to get the games, mate. The Amazing Spider-Man game is incredible. One of the best games you'll ever play. You need to get that. All of the villains are in it. All of them.
Yeah. All at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. They all bust out of prison. They're all imprisoned on an island, and they all get fucking ripped out.
That's one of the best bits of the film for me. You know, when they're going, "Oh, you're amazing." So no, I'm not. You're amazing. And I was like, "Oh, it's because he was Amazing Spider-Man, and you're just Spider-Man. That's why you're saying that he's amazing." It's like, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah, I didn't spot that.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yeah, when they're on top of the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, he goes, "Well, no, I'm telling you, you're amazing." And it was to eat Spider-Man, who was just called Spider-Man in the films, was telling the Amazing Spider-Man that he's amazing. It's the joke, isn't it?
I get you get the impression that Andrew Garfield, he's quite lonely, isn't he? He's quite a lonely Spider-Man.
I think so. Well, they implied that it wasn't that long since Gwen had died.
Exactly. So when they get pulled off in, then that's quite close to the end of their respective films.
Yeah, I think so.
But Toby McGuire looked significantly older. They didn't use the youthful quiff.
No.
That can work wonders.
I actually think his Spider-Man are actually quite good.
I need to go back and watch them. I've got in my mind, right? Spider-Man is shit until the Tom Holland versions, but then I thought that all of the Marvel films were shit. Yeah. So I need to go back and watch the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield ones because
I think so.
They're probably better than I remember. I just remember them being crap.
I remember Spider-Man 3 not being great. Because everyone quotes the sort of dance scene where he's dancing in the club, and that's a bit of an awful bit, that bit. But the rest of it is actually quite good. Yeah, we were watching with Charlotte. Charlotte said that is the worst combination of Spider-Man and his girlfriend, and then just walked out.
That is the worst one.
The worst combination of Spider-Man and girlfriend. With Toby Maguire and whatever she's called,
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst, yeah, because she's a proper Sally Wet one.
Yeah, wet as.
Yeah, whereas in Andrew Garfield, I think Andrew Garfield was very good actually. I think he's only a little bit below Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland is obviously the best, but Andrew Garfield's not as way down as I think I thought he was.
All right, I need to go back and listen to him. I'll watch him again, don't I?
You can turn the telly on and watch it as well at the same time if you want.
There's something else I was going to. Oh, let's come round to the It was one giant fuck up, wasn't it? The entire film. Like, it was literally because Peter.
Can I go back to what you're saying about it's his own fault?
Yeah.
That every Marvel film is like that. Every Marvel film.
Such as?
Age of Ultron.
Go on.
They created Ultron. He tries to destroy the world. That's their fault.
Yeah, but not as overt. I don't feel like it's as overt. Because in the Age of Ultron, it's Tony's gear, isn't it? Is it Jarvis? Yeah. Is it like an offshoot of Jarvis or something like that?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's almost like his tech has become so advanced. It's now a fully fledged AI but that's not as overt as Tom Holland being an annoying little bastard when Doctor Strange is saying, you need to fucking stop pissing me off and stop talking because I'm trying to do something. He's going, and he's going, right, fine. Right, and I'm thinking, he's doing my fucking head in right now. And that's how I'm supposed to, because that's how Doctor Strange feels. But it's like, he's not that stupid. Like, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is not that stupid. He's actually supposed to be really intelligent. So the fact that I know he's got that lovable side to him where he's like, you're always reminded that he's a kid. And Doctor Strange even says, I forget that you're a kid.
Yeah.
But
he's 25 now, but yeah.
Yeah, he's 40, he's 47.
Oh, he's technically 30 because he missed 5 years, but you know.
Yeah, he blipped out of existence.
It's out of existence.
So, yeah, I mean, that whole thing, and even Doctor Strange is like, did you even call them? Like because the whole thing is about the fact that he's pissed off that none of them have got into the university they want to. And he's like, you didn't even call them. You just came to me to manipulate time and everyone's opinion. And then it all goes completely wrong, and then they end up fighting about and they have that fight between themselves, don't they?
Yeah.
Which is a good scene. But it's just, I'm just thinking, okay, Peter Parker, you little prick. And all of this, his Aunt May is dead because of him.
Yeah.
Totally 100%. Because even after all of that happens, and they manage to fix things again because they get everybody back into the thing. And then little knobhead thinks, I know, I'm going to let them all out and cure them all.
Yeah.
And it brings them all together in the same building, and it all goes tits up, and Aunt May gets killed. His fault, 100%.
Yeah. I've forgotten about that. Yeah, but he was right. It would have worked. It's just he forgot they were evil. That's all.
Idiot. Fucking idiot.
All right. Okay. But like I said, I think there's an element of that to all of the Marvel films. They sort of bring it on themselves. The fact that Thanos and his armies come to the Earth in the first place is because of the Avengers becoming so powerful. They think, right, they've got something to defend now, so that's why he attacks. And that's the reason why the evil goblin in Thor 2, he comes because of Thor being there. There's quite a lot. The reason why they're attacking the Earth is because the Avengers are there.
Yeah, that's J. Jonah Jameson's point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chaos follows Spider-Man. As long as Spider-Man's around, fucking shit happens.
Yeah.
So
that's the same for them all.
Yeah, but I guess my point is the other scenarios and the other films are because of the status of the character. So the Avengers, yes, Thanos is fucking just destroying planets anyway. He's just going out destroying planets. But Thor gets into shit because he's Thor. Yeah. Everyone wants to kill Thor. Yeah. Everyone wants to kill Iron Man. Yeah. Spider-Man's just a fucking pillock. Like that doesn't all go wrong. Like it's almost like in some respect it's out of their hands. It's like
yeah.
Yes, I'm Thor, but that's not my fault that I'm Thor. There's nothing I can do about it.
Sorry, I'm just Thor.
Tom Holland could have picked up Spider-Man. Peter Parker could have picked up the phone and called the college and said, actually.
What sort of film would that have been? Oh yeah, go on. Yeah, we'll have another think about it. We'll see you tomorrow. All right. The end.
Spider-Man 3, the enrollment program. The enrollment process. It's just Peter Parker counting
Spider-Man 3, the clearing process.
Yeah, the personal statement.
Just him and Aunt May looking for student accommodation.
But you get my point, is that he was an idiot right the way through that.
Yeah.
He really was an idiot. And even like, I don't know if you were supposed to be rooting for him, like when Doctor Strange was like, fucking hit that button, you need to send them all back now.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I can cure them. And then his two mates totally back him on this stupid plan.
Yeah.
And like, I was literally watching, I don't know if I was supposed to be on Peter Parker's side, but I fucking wasn't. I was like, hit the button and send them back.
I think not necessarily. I don't think you necessarily were supposed to be on his side. No, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Because he doesn't know the Green Goblin. He doesn't know the Sandman or Lizard Man.
No.
Or Electric Man. He doesn't know the men.
Banana Man. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But I also think he probably would have tried even if he did.
Yeah. Total waste of time. And then
you said you enjoyed it.
I did. I loved it. But like I did say at the start, I need to get this theory out of the way. The film is amazing. The film is quality. I absolutely loved it. But Spider-Man's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Total idiot. More in that film. I haven't felt that about the others.
No.
It's like I haven't thought like, Tom, what the fuck are you doing? Peter, what are you doing? Whereas in this one I did. I was like, why are you being a fucking idiot?
But I suppose ultimately he's the only one that suffers for it.
Well, no, Aunt May is dead.
Well, I know, but her suffering's over. Whereas he's got to live with that.
she's free from Happy's deviancy. It wasn't a happy ending at all.
No.
It wasn't like, you don't walk out of there going like, yeah, he fucked up, but it's all fine. Like he actually promised them, his friends, that he would find them and remind them.
Yeah, but how did he do that?
About who he is. Well, he could have done. But fucking what the fuck is going on? Jesus, mental, isn't it?
It's the ghost of Andrew Garfield. That's the picture I'm using for the episode.
He says that promise you'll find us and remind us. We'll remember. He's like, I promise. And I'm thinking, you are shit at keeping promises. I know you're going to break this promise. They mean nothing to you, Peter. You're actually a bit of a prick. You know that. He goes there. He sees Mary Jane. What actually is the name?
Margaret Josephine or something.
Right, fine, Margaret.
It's not, but yeah, let's say it is.
And you can tell by how she's being that there is a chance that she will remember.
Yeah, there's a little flicker.
She's looking at him like Andrew Garfield looks at the other two Spider-Men. Something is bouncing around. The hamster's on the wheel, but it's asthmatic.
A wheezy hamster.
Oh.
Why is he saying Thor? why is the hamster saying Thor?
I don't know why, because he's a fucking idiot.
Thor.
He doesn't know why he's saying these things.
No.
What's it like being a Spiderman in your universe? What is up with him? Are you ill?
I'm afraid I can't serve you any more drinks, Spiderman. Can you pay your bar tab and fuck off, please?
Yeah. The biggest villain in that universe is the crystal meth. You can't, no matter how hard he tries, he can't beat crystal meth.
But I had a feeling before I saw it, I thought this is going to be Spider-Man's Civil War as it was. Yeah, well, I know what I mean. This is the equivalent for Spider-Man as Captain America was with Civil War. It was kind of his film, but everyone else is in it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it kind of was.
Yeah, it was a proper like
Spider-Man's fans' wet dream.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. And yeah, but yeah, just going back quickly to the because you know obviously you really want that resolution to be whole, and you realize that they've gotten into the college that they wanted to.
Yeah.
And they both actually, in his mind, he's thinking they both seem well happier without me.
Yeah.
They don't need me. So he breaks his promise because he's a fucking liar. And he moves into a shithole. I'm not sure what got you. I don't know what you're actually laughing at.
And he moved into a shithole. Oh, it's so dramatic. Yeah, he did.
Fucking horrible. And I just thought, you saw him moving in and sticking his boxes down on this fucking dusty old.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, right, so he's got no mates, he's got no missus, he lives in a shithole. and he sort of just disappears out the window and just cracks on Spider-Man in.
The only thing I wondered is if no one remembers who he is, how did he pass a credit check to get a flat?
Well, no, it's not that he has no. It's just nobody knows Peter Parker. He still exists.
So he's still got ID.
Yeah, he's still a person. He's still there. It's just nobody knows him. So he has all of his mates, all of it. You know, he's still there as Peter Parker. He doesn't have a social security number.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
It's not like you stop existing as a human being.
Right. Okay. I'm not concerned because I know there'll be a way of doing it, but how they're going to put him back in again?
Yeah, because none of the Avengers know he exists anymore.
No.
Well, they know Spider-Man exists.
Do they?
Well, that's the thing, because I think they knew. I don't think the Avengers, it's ever been a secret from them. Because Tony Stark has always known who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
And he brings Spider-Man into the Avengers because he builds in fancy suits and shit.
So basically, they'll know that Spider-Man exists, but not Peter Parker.
They've only ever known Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Yeah,
they've never known Spider-Man as anybody else. They've always known. It's like he's always been Peter Parker.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So if they no longer know who Peter Parker is, then they're just going to be like, I know I've seen Spider-Man without his mask on. But I can't for the life of me remember what he looks like. What's his name? Is he called Spiderman? What's his name?
Spiderman.
Peter Parker? No, I don't know any Peter Parker. No, I know Spiderman.
Yeah, you're probably right. So he could just
Spy. He's the man.
Yeah. So it could start from scratch again if you wanted to go down that. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's quite emotional when Doctor Strange is just like, "See you later, kids." He's not cleaning the windows.
Yeah.
He's closing a vortex. You actually see Rhino in that vortex.
You do. I spotted that.
Yeah,
I spotted that because at first I thought it was the Eternals trying to come through because I'd not seen the Eternals when I saw it the first time, and then the second time I thought, oh no, that's Rhino Man, and there is some others there which.
Yeah, it needs a pause, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
And a track across.
Yeah.
But you do. It always comes back to the same question for me in the MCU. Is like, at what point doesn't one of it? What is there? There's a film. Oh, it's in Hawkeye,
right?
When Kate Bishop's mum is talking to Hawkeye, and she's like, "What is an Avengers level threat?" And I've talked about this, is at what point does it become an Avengers level threat? Now, there's a level above the Avengers.
Yeah.
So it's like, when does it become an Eternal level threat? And the Eternals, at the start of the Eternals, it's like, they're not that arsed. They've chosen to live on Earth, and they're just chilling now. But by the end, it's like they're all obsessed with Earth. Like they all fucking love humanity. Like they're going to do anything they can to save it. All this shit is going on. All these villains are up there. There's a man in a rhino suit
in the sky.
Yeah, yeah. They're just relying on, the liar Spiderman to fix it. Utterly irresponsible child.
So, did you enjoy the Eternals more than I did?
Probably. Yeah. I didn't understand the ending.
With what?
Well, firstly, Kit Harington says there's something I need to tell you, and I feel like we were supposed to know by that point what that was, or at least have an idea.
Yeah, he's part of Blade. Wesley Snipes' Blade.
Yeah.
That's it's the black. I forgot what he's called now, but he's something to do with Blade. So by the sounds of it, when the Blade film comes out in a couple of years, Kit Harington will be in that.
Right. Okay.
Next.
Where have you got that from?
I read.
No, you don't.
Touche.
Well, firstly, I don't understand how they defeated the what's it called? The Colossus.
The incredibly slow moving monster.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah. I didn't know, because it was like, the only way we're going to be able to do it is together, and we all need to combine our souls.
Maybe that's what Happy was into.
Bend over backwards to show you my third eye.
So looking into it, his character, I've managed to skip straight past it after finding it. Oh, lost it. Gone. His character's going to be the Black Knight, Dane Whitman.
Right. Okay. Fine. But yeah, that whole thing of them all and then destroying this thing, and then her going up and talking to the Almighty, and the Almighty basically saying, "I'll come back if it doesn't work out and destroy it all."
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't get any of that. I thought, right, well, how did they kill that thing? Why was Matey Boy forced into it? Because he was like, that was quite a big thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The fact that he killed Salma Hayek. Oh, Salma Hayek. And then he betrayed all of the Eternals. And it was like, okay, plan's fucked. But he was still part of it anyway.
Yeah.
Against his will. He just sort of got sucked up into the air and contributed this power. I didn't get that. And then I didn't get why this giant thing was just like, okay, one chance.
Yeah.
It's like that thing could literally just swipe.
Yeah.
Done. That didn't make much sense to me at all. It's like, okay, you figured it out. Well done. I'll leave you be for now. By the way, he's in Blade.
Yeah.
So I liked it, and I liked it. I went really, really fast, and I liked it.
It didn't go very fast though. It went incredibly slow.
Yeah, it was better than 10 Rings or whatever it was.
No.
Yeah, it was.
I loved that. I loved that. That was great.
It was all right.
Well, there's a reason why we haven't done a special on that though. But no, it's no. I maybe I need to watch it again. Maybe now the bar is set low. I'll watch it again. I might go, oh, it might have been a bit better than I thought.
It's a good cast.
Very good cast, and it should have blown me away with that cast, and it did.
It was actually released at the cinema as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I did like it. I just didn't understand the ending at all. And that usually I can figure it out. I don't need it to be obvious. I can work around it and figure it out and draw my own conclusion. But with that, I was like, eh.
Oh, what about the state of the CGI troll at the end?
CGI troll.
When the guy from One Direction comes in.
What?
You've missed another bit, haven't you? Right at the end, I think it's the second or it's either right at the end of the film after the credits, or they're all stood in that little circle thing that they're in, and then it goes, "Ooh, something's coming," and then this drunken CGI troll comes along and goes, "Oh, be Jesus!" No.
I must have seen it because I wouldn't have switched it off because I always watch the end bits.
All right. And your man from One Direction turns up.
Who are you talking about?
I can't remember his name.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles, yeah.
I don't remember Harry Styles.
You turned off. You turned off for the end, didn't you?
Yeah, I must have done.
Harry Styles. I'll try and find a picture. Eternals. Find a picture. So thanks for joining us on this one-off Spider-Man special, or Spider-Man special, and it was nice to just do a little one on something else, wasn't it, Ross?
It was.
We're back to usual with the guests next week, and anything to add?
No. What's the next Marvel film due out?
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse, due out on, I think, May the 2nd or something like that.
Be a good one.
So we'll probably do a special on that. Don't you worry.
And we might have the folk from Ten Rings popping up in that one.
You know what? You know when he goes into the Sanctum Sanctorum thing. Is that them from the Ten Rings scooping up the ice, the snow?
Good point, actually. I don't know.
I thought it. I didn't think it was the first time. The second time, I thought it was.
Who is scooping ice in what's it called?
Spider-Man. Oh, Sanctum.
Sanctum. Who was shoveling snow in the Sanctum?
Yeah, that'll do.
No. Zelma Stanton, Doctor Strange's new assistant.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Peter comes across a pair of young apprentices shoveling snow. It is theorised that one of them is Zelma Stanton, who first appears in Doctor Strange. Yeah. Nah.
Oh, so that's like a call forward to the next film.
It's a what, sorry?
Is it like a call forward to the next film?
Wait, what?
What?
Is what a call forward to the next film?
Seeing them in Spider-Man before you've actually seen them.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I'll talk about
Maybe.
to explain. Yeah.
Oh.
So, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Say bye, Ross.
Bye. How long is that sausage?